It's my 2018 Inktober Sketchbook. Yay! Yeah, it's about time, isn't it? So, unfortunately, I didn't manage to complete the challenge last year. But over this past week, you could say I caught the Inktober spirit, and I just sat down and somehow managed to finish every single day that I missed on last year. So now I have this complete sketchbook that I can show you guys. So for those of you guys who don't know what Inktober is,
it's basically this online art challenge started by a guy named Jake Parker, and the rules or the aim of it is to do a picture in ink for every single day of October.
So that's 31 drawings for you, and you guys will see that in a minute. But first off, I'll show you all the tools that I used. Shall we see that? So here they are. First off is the ink that I use. Now I found this at an art store and it was just really pretty that I decided to try it out for October, and that's what I did. And I used this water brush, and then I found this lid and I thought I'd use it as a palette so I wouldn't have to keep dipping my brush in there. If you guys look at this, you see it's pitch black in there, so I wouldn't be able to tell how deep the ink is, so I keep on dipping my brush in there, and there'd either be no ink when I take it out or there'd be way too much ink. So I thought this was a smart idea, but it turned out that this ink dries up really fast, so by the time I came to take the ink off it would already be dry, so this wasn't that useful. I used this piece of paper as a swatch to like try out all my inks before I used them. And I used this for sketching out my ideas before. Then I found these two random office pens in my house somewhere, and this is what I used to ink to do my line art, because this is what I used for the other years, but unfortunately it ran out, so I just had to make do with what I found, which was these two pens. Now they weren't the best, so I'll probably go and like invest on a new inking pen this year. That's probably a good idea. And I used this to add in any whites to finish off my drawings pieces. So yeah, that's everything that I used. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the sketchbook tour, shall we? So this is the cover. I did ink this myself, and I think I was being a bit ambitious. I don't really like the way it turned out. I'm probably gonna go for a simpler style theme this year. And the sketchbook that I used is this one. I got it for like £1 from Hobbycraft. And yeah, so first page, I wrote down all the words in the prompt list, and I did follow the official prompt list, so the one by Jake Parker, so you guys will see that. So I had a theme going into this, which was to draw an animal for every single day of Inktober 2018, because I'm not the best at drawing animals and I really wanted to practice that. That was one of my goals. You can see for this first day, I had a lot of ideas, so there's a lot going on there, isn't it? Let's move on. So then we have the 2, which was tranquil, and I think this piece is one of my favorites actually, just like the overall vibe it gives off. Then we have day 3, which was roasted. Drew a bear there. Yeah. Moving on. Then we have day 4, which was spell, and I really like this guy's hair there. We have day 5, which was chicken, so I drew a hen, and this is a really cool picture. I wonder why I drew that. Next are these two, and I like the layout of this double page. Not too much going on. So day 6 was drooling, and I literally drew all there. Also, this guy has crazy hair, so I don't know what I was thinking there. Probably couldn't think of any hairstyles today, so this happened. So day 7 was exhausted. They're just chilling there. Then we have day 8, which was star, and I drew a starfish for my animal that day. And then there's some stars in the sky as well. Then day 9 was precious, and I drew a baby in a treasure box because, yeah, look at how precious. Babies are just precious, aren't they? Let's move on. Then we have these two, and again, I like how the overall white drawing to empty page area, volume, what do you call it, that there is. So day 10 was flowing. I think it's a hummingbird there. And then I drew day 11. I drew this guy being really cruel towards animals because that was my theme and that was the word, so just matched. Aww. Let's move on. Then we have these two. So day 12, this is what I got up to during Inktober, so I stopped there. And the day there was whale, so it was pretty easy to choose an animal to draw that day. And so with this piece, I did actually use the water brush, and I literally dropped water droplets that had ink, and it looked really cool before it dried out. But yeah, that's what it looks like now. So day 13 was guarded, and from this point onwards, this is everything that I caught up on over the past week. We got these two. Number 14 was clock. Now that over there is meant to be a cat, just in case you guys couldn't tell. It's because I'm so amazing at drawing cats, you know. So day 15 was week, and I drew an owl because aren't owls meant to represent death? I think they are. And this guy's obviously dying. Yeah, I was a bit dark and deep for some of these drawings. Then we have these two, number 16 being angular, and yeah, I don't know what's going on here either, but that's what I drew. And then day 7, number 17 was swollen, and wait for it, I drew this masterpiece. This is the best cat I've ever drawn. I think this is as good as it's gonna get with me. Literally, it's a beautiful cat. If you agree, or tell me in the comments below, because this is a beautiful cat. Yeah, let's move on. So we have this double page, and I decided I'll do this more from now on, you'll see, where I do 2 words into one overall composition, and I just liked the visual aspect of having the 2 words link to one picture. So number 18 was bottle, and so I drew there. And then number 19 was scorched, and there's a few fires starting there, so yeah. I have no idea what that animal's meant to be, but it looks like an animal, doesn't it? Then you'll see I did this is what I was talking about. I did the same thing here. Number 20 was breakable, and that again is supposed to be a cat. Just feel like you can't tell what my cats are, but yeah, if you can't tell what the animal is, it's probably meant to be a cat. So yeah, then number 21 was drain, and this guy is meant to having his blood drained for some reason, and I don't think this was intentional, but he also has headphones on, so there's an aspect of the sound being drained there as well. Then we have this double page, number 22 being expensive, and I think she's meant to be a princess of some sort because I really wanted to draw a camel there. Then number 23 was muddy, and that's supposed to be a dog there. And now I was thinking that I think this would have looked nicer if the sky was pitch black. So imagine this being black, so it being during nighttime. I think the overall contrast would have made this piece look nicer, at least for me, because yeah, I have mixed feelings about this. Not my best. So let's move on. Then we have these two. Number 24 was chop, and I drew a crocodile. And number 25 was prickly, and there's a hedgehog there. And this girl is holding a cactus plant for some reason. I really like all the details I put into this one. And then I decided to fill up the page with all these vines and plants, and having that still in my the back of my mind. The next word, number 26, is going to be stretch. So I was thinking of drawing baby Tarzan, so I was looking for a reference, but I ended up finding this scene in Tarzan, and I just had to draw it because there was so much going on. Now, I'm not the best or the fondest of drawing backgrounds, but I did put down, like, I desaturated it all the way to the end so I could draw this, and it took me a lot of time. I'm actually proudest of this piece here because it was way out of my comfort zone, and I like the overall result, like the end result. Yeah. Let's move on. Then we have these two, and number 27 was thunder. Number 28 was gift, and this is probably my least favorite just because of the way her face turned out. It's a bit weird, so yeah, let's not spend too much time on this one. So number 29 was double, and
prepare for trouble. Make it double to protect the world from devastation. Do you know people with an to denounce evil, the truth, and love, to extend knowledge to the stars above? Jesse, James, teamwork at battle at the speed of light. Surrender now. Prepare to fight me. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that was my thought process when I saw that word, and I drew Team Rocket, of course. And then coincidentally, number 30 was Jolt, so I decided to draw Pikachu there. And this funny looking skeleton there is meant to be Ash. Yeah, so it was a nice coincidence that these two words are right after each other. So we're on to the last one. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam. Yeah, lots happening here. Day 31 was slice, and my initial thought was just to draw someone slicing a piece of fish, because I thought drawing a fish would have been a nice idea for my animal there, but I wanted to end on a big note, so all of this ended up happening. Now, I like the overall idea, but pretty sure my inking could have turned out better. But yeah, I tried my best. I don't really know much when it comes to ink, and this is what happened. So yeah, with that being said, that's my entire challenge there. And that's my sketchbook tour over. So thank you guys for watching, and Inktober 2019 is just a few days away, and I am definitely going to have a sketchbook tour on time this year. At least try my best. So everyone who's participating this year, wish you guys all the best, and can't wait to see all the amazing pieces of art that everyone's going to produce. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.